Okay, so when you look at these, it starts out looking like you're looking at triangles. But I want you to realize that these angles here are actually, these are all at a right angle. This is just an eraser. And when I put this on top of it, it shows me that the top of all three of these is a 90-degree angle. So we want to start out, I'm going to go ahead and show you this, by looking at the fact that there's a horizon line. Put in a horizon line, and you're going to want to put these three pyramids on the horizon line and keep the top of them at a right angle. You do not need to draw the sun. This is just showing you that the light is hitting on this side. We don't need a sunshine in here. We know it's there because this side is a lighter value than this side. Now, right now in my drawing, it looks like all three of these are just one big lump. And when I compare it with the photograph, you can see that there's a slightly darker value here and on these edges so that they don't look like one big lump. So we'll add just a little bit more value right here. Add a darker value on these edges like this. Just add more graphite. Your pencil is not lead, it's actually graphite. And at the moment I'm ignoring this detail up here. We are just looking at shapes and values. How dark is it? And how light is it? Alright, you can see you can tell there's an edge there. So I need to put that in there. This is my visual reference that I refer back to when I'm not sure exactly what to do. Now, if you would like to, you can take a blender. This is a blender, and you can smooth out the graphite if you do not like the way some of the lines look. Some of the lines kind of look like the stones and the bricks in the pyramids. So you might want to just leave those there the way they are. But I kind of like it smoothed out, so we'll do it this way. Now you have to look for the lightest light and the darkest dark. When you look at this picture, there isn't a really, really light light. It's all kind of gray. So I don't think there's any place where we should have blank paper. Everything should have some graphite in it. So this side right here is darker than the sky. Not by much, but it is darker. So you've got to put some graphite right here. A layer of graphite. And remember, if you put too much down, well, that's why we have erasers. We can just erase it and take it back off. Okay, now let's compare with our visual reference again. Alright, this and this, these look like they're done pretty well. But the sky needs a layer of graphite. So, you need to put in the sky with a layer of graphite and just do this very, very, very lightly. So, we're going to draw these three pyramids, and we're doing a value drawing, which we have to check the values. So, this is the light the sun is hitting, the side the sun is hitting, so it's lighter, and then this is the darker side. Then the sky has value, and I've used a blender on this side so you can see what it looks like when you blend it all in, and on this side I just left it so you can see what it looks like as sort of like texture. So it's up to you whichever way you want to do it. Just be consistent. If you're going to blend it, blend the whole thing, or if you're going to leave it with lines, leave it with lines. But what we need to see is the change in values. Now that I've got the three pyramids in there, and we're going to skip these three because that will be too difficult for right now, you need to go back in maybe and put in some defining details that will really, really enhance and make your drawing look good. Just a few details here, like right here on the top of this. I can put this back in now. Now that the big shapes are in, I can go back in and add some details like this. And this part here is just a tiny bit of a lighter value than what's underneath it. So I can just sort of change that just the tiniest bit. Like that. And it seems to be a very dark edge there, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in a darker edge, actually all the way down. And it's old and crumbly, so you do not need like perfect ruler straight lines, because this pyramid is actually built of great big stones. And they are, at this point, since they are almost how many years old? Yeah, almost 5,000 years old, so they are starting to get crumbly. And then at the bottom here we have these teensy tiny camels, which if you want to, you could add a camel, because the camel, although it's not necessary to draw, it gives you some scale. It gives you the idea that if this is the camel, then that is humongous. That is a humongous pyramid over there in the distance. And as I keep looking at this, I keep seeing more details that I would actually really like to add in. So I cannot wait to see your drawings of the pyramids. I'm really looking forward to it. If you have any questions, please send me an email, and I will help you in any way that I can. Alrighty, have a good time. Bye.